Hey everybody, welcome to the Gentlemen Scholars Club. Today I'll be introducing a relatively new entry into the world of classic menswear. Typically, when we talk about classic men's style, the things we wear go back quite a ways historically. The suit and tie we can trace back to the era of Beau Brummel, at least around the early 1800s. Overcoats like the Ulster, Victorian in origin. Something like the polo coat, 1910s, popularized in the 1920s. So there aren't that many new things that have become staples in classic men's style today. A relative exception would be the Horsebit loafer. These originated around the 1950s. So today I'll be talking about the Horsebit, a little bit about its style, about its origins, and introducing you to a brand that makes affordable, comfortable quality Horsebit loafers, and that will be Jay Butler. Stay tuned. So for the Horsebit loafer, we have a very exact date, which is 1953, invented by Aldo Gucci, namesake for the Gucci luxury brand, which still exists today, obviously, and still very popular. They're still making the Horsebit loafer. And Gucci, as a leather maker and a maker of saddles in particular, decided to do something equestrian and put a snaffle bit at the top of the shoe, at the vamp of a loafer. Snaffle bit is what goes in between the teeth of a horse, attached to the bridle and attached to the reins, used to control the direction the horse takes, to control its head, essentially. Putting that on there was a stylistic coup, as the slip-on shoe often doesn't have much going on here. There's no broguing, as you would have on a Derby shoe or an Oxford. There are no laces, so the top of the shoe can be very plain. Hence why there are tassel loafers, which have a pair of tassels at the top. Even the penny loafer with its slit or slot adds a bit of stylistic impact, a bit of visual impact to the top of the shoe, to the vamp. And the Horsebit is perhaps the most visible, given that it's metal hardware, gold or silver usually, and that really gets the attention of the viewer, really creates a stylistic impact on the top of the loafer. Of course, the equestrian style elevated the shoe and gave it additional popularity. Given the association of equestrian pursuits with the rich, with the upper classes, the horsey set, if you will, the equestrian set. You think about English saddle riding, dressage, horse jumping, fox hunting, etc. So all those associations are embodied by the simple horsebit that's attached to the top of the loafer. Horsebit was popular as a loafer in the 1950s, worn by luminaries and industrial magnates like Gianni Agnelli, also by JFK. So enforcing those associations with the East Coast elite and the English country lord. That association and the popularity of the Horsebit loafer continues to this day, as does the success of Gucci. As I said, still being sold there, but sold around maybe $1,000 for a pair. As I've said in other videos, I'm not hugely into brands. I don't wear a brand just to show the label or to show branding details. So I'm always on the lookout for quality alternatives that are still well made, that still embody craftsmanship, that are comfortable, durable, etc., but at a lower price point. And I think Jay Butler fits the bill in that regard if you're interested in the Horsebit. Jay Butler is a brand that's fairly new, created in 2014 by Justin Jeffers, he of the blog Fine Young Gentleman, which is popular particularly in the early mid-10s, 2010s, sort of the heyday of classic menswear. Decided to create a brand focusing on leather shoes, including a variety of loafers and small leather goods as well. The brand Jay Butler, named after two of Jeffers' grandfathers, Jay and Butler, which you can read about on their website. I decided to get it in olive green because I have some olive green shirts and such, but I don't have any shoes, any footwear to kind of coordinate with that, except brown. So I tried it in the olive suede, got it with gold hardware because I think gold pairs better, gold metal pairs better than silver with green. Let me know if you agree in the comments. These are lined. They're done with a Blake stitch. They're not unlined, but they are fairly flexible. They're very comfortable, as I mentioned, and I've worn them for some time now and haven't gotten any blisters or pain or anything like that. Given that they're in the moccasin form, again lined but not heavily structured, I was a bit concerned that they would be uncomfortable since you would find that to be the case with moccasins in general, but this actually wears quite well. If you want to start out wearing them as a driving shoe, that also is a great alternative use for them. They don't have the underside sort of ridges, grip that a typical driving shoe would have, but for that purpose of comfortable driving, I also find these to be highly appealing. Jay Butler do make a driving shoe as an alternative to this, but I wanted to have a little bit more versatility with standard loafer. Though I got mine in green, they also feature, I think, 10 different colors. They have different types of leather, the suede and the calf. They also have specialty items like ostrich and American alligator. These are made in North America, in Mexico specifically, where there are heritage craftsmen, craftspeople who have been working with leather for quite a long period of time. So it's a brief outline of the Horsebit and introduction to Jay Butler. I recommend giving them a try. The prices are around $229 for a pair of shoes, again, opposed to the $1,000 or more for a Gucci. So check them out and let me know in the comments if you already wear Jay Butler, if you wear Horsebits, what you think of the style and the brand. If you like the content and learned something, feel free to like the video and subscribe to us at Gentleman Scholars Club for hopefully more videos discussing classic menswear content. Thanks for viewing.